Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the July 20th post-summit call. We're also going to talk about Team Cup today and just kind of some fun and exciting things that are going on right now. We have some awesome people on the team that will be able to give a little bit of feedback on their experience from Summit, but just want to get you guys kind of motivated. It's the middle of the year. There's a ton going on. So sometimes your brain can get very clouded with things and there's lots of shiny objects. So hopefully by the end of this call, you'll feel a little bit better about processing and putting a strategy in place for your business, right? Because we're all doing this together, but at the end of the day, we're doing it separately too. So I am going to go ahead and share my screen again. I did it earlier. And then we're just going to go through these slides. So first things first, gosh, we went to Coach Summit and there was a handful of us that were supposed to go and some people canceled last minute because they couldn't. And that's totally okay, guys. You know, life happens. And what I will tell you though is Summit is something that like the last 3 years that I went, I mean, I brought my 6-month-week-old baby to the last Summit just so I could go there for the last day because that's how much it energizes me. It reminds me of why we do what we do. It gives you recognition. It gives you a lot. It really does. And we had the chance, like for me, I was once a small little coach, which I still am, I think, but that always dreamed of like having a team. I went to the first Summit by myself and I didn't know what to expect. And I just remember looking down at this field in the nosebleed sections like, wow, I want to bring a team here one day. And that dream came to life for me. And I know it can happen for you guys. So we did it in New Orleans. There was a lot of walking. This was my favorite Summit by far and away. I didn't love like the layout of the city, maybe because how far everything was, but I think Indy is going to be much better next year. And Nashville, everything was really, really close. But we had a fucking awesome time. So earmuffs, everybody. But down here below on the right is basically like all the people in Lindsay Gray's downline. I want to say we're missing a few people. I know Jamie's not in and Natalie isn't in it, but I think there was like a total of like 27 people that went. And then from Push Play It Forward, we had the 4 of us. So Natalie and Lindsay and Jamie. And you guys probably saw the video and stuff. We stayed in a house together, which was really cool. We got to spend a lot of time together. And for like 3 of us who had never met each other, you would never know. Like, I think Jamie humped me the moment she saw me. So that was awesome. And Lindsay and I cuddled in bed the last night. So my point is, guys, it's so nice to finally like interface with your team. And the cool part about Coach Summit was that you really get a big depiction of what Beachbody represents, how much money they're willing to put into us and into our resources and innovation. And we are the leading network marketing company for a reason. And when you are able to see what this company does and how they continue to stick up with trends and things like that, it's something that's just like, it's almost overwhelming how exciting it is to be a part of something so big. So one of the things they shared with us that was really, really cool was this timeline of 2017. And what's awesome, if you look at the timeline, almost every single month, except for like 2, there's something new going on. So in January, we had the launch of Beachbody On Demand All Access. Like CDs are a thing of the past, guys. You know, they don't even make computers anymore with discs in them, you know, or like iPads are the way to go, which was a huge breakthrough. They listened to us, you know, they came through for people who were traveling and CDs that were smashed and broken and scratched. Okay. Then we had vegan Shakeology. I don't think people realized that cafe latte and vanilla was something that also had been asked for years. To formulate vegan Shakeology, we attended a couple seminars about Shakeology, but I know I've listened to a lot of my own. To formulate these things is not easy. Beachbody puts a ton of money into certain producers, like you know, Darren O'Lean, if you've ever heard of him, he goes in these freaking forests. He's such a hippie and finds these products for us. So the fact that we can get them at the price that we do is a huge deal. And I think we need to remember to emphasize that to people, like how proud we should be of the fact that they go the extra mile to get us what they want. especially something like vegan Shakeology. In May, we had the launch of UV2, who's danced with what's his name? Why can I not? Alondra, what's his name? Why can I not remember him? Yes, he is a riot. So we had that. Then we had the video, my challenge tracker video that was released with like basically introducing what the challenge tracker was, because that was released in 2016. And then Sean Week. I don't think anybody realizes what Sean Week happened or how that happened and what it was about. So the reason why I'm sharing this with you guys is because we went over this in Summit. So some of them, the people on this call have already heard this stuff, but I want you guys to think of this in a business. I went to business school, so my brain works that way, and it doesn't make me an advantage as a coach. I just have been in, I think I understand their marketing a bit more. And what I mean by that is like Sean Week was developed to literally bring in the masses. During that week of Sean Week, it was a free week. It was live raw footage. I mean, if you did it yourself, you knew that sometimes Sean was like making up his routines. He showed one of his, one of the people in the background, like she cried so hard because she like finished her workout and she was going through life things. In that week, you guys, we hit numbers with Beachbody On Demand that have never been seen before. It was the most active week in history of Beachbody On Demand. And they probably will do it again. But the thing is that they're looking for ways to get people in for us. So as a business owner, which all of you are, Beachbody is a company in a box for you. If you were to start a business, you would need everything that Beachbody gives us for $15 a month. You would need shipping, you would need handling, you need an assistant, you need an email address. You name it, Beachbody does all this for us. It does all the marketing. And they listen to us and they want to know what we need. Okay. So next we had Shift Shop and Daily Sunshine. If you haven't heard of those, I'm sure you have at this point. I'm going to go over a little bit of details more so on Daily Sunshine because I'm sure you've heard a lot about Shift Shop. But those are two really exciting things that we got to ramp up. Not gotta, but should ramp up because it's just an amazing opportunity. I will say myself, I fell in love with Chris Downing. I think we all did. He came out on stage when Carl Deichler announced him as, Shift Shop is coming and they do all these crazy announcements and we're in the Superdome with 30,000 other coaches. And Carl Deichler was like, now introducing the trainer who created what I think is going to be the best program of the year, Chris Downing. And you guys, he came out on stage just like bawling, like a grown-ass man. It makes me tear up thinking about it. And he kept like pointing to the sky and he was just crying. How about it? He couldn't even get it together because it was such a real dream for him. And if you don't know the story behind Chris Downing, Beachbody is that company that sought him out through YouTube. He was a trainer for football kids in college. And then there's a long backstory, but it's such a cool opportunity. So make sure that when we talk to people, if you're actually talking to them in person, even if it's, get them on the phone or something, tell them that stuff. I told some of my friends that last night and they thought it was really cool. Next, we have in September, a bunch of cool stuff going on. So we have something called Clean Week. That is going to be a game changer for us all. We've all been creating these clean eating groups and clean groups that obviously there was a need for it. So the new trainer, Megan, has formulated that. There's also going to be the full commission of BOD customers and product sales. If you guys have not looked into that, you should make sure that you know about the email that was sent. If you haven't heard about it, basically all the BOD members who get 10% off of their, from getting that, they get a discount now, that is going away. And that's going to actually put us at an advantage as coaches because now we can sign up discount coaches. All right. So we can talk a little bit more about that. Let me know if you have questions. In October, we have the UK launch. Some of that might intimidate you because you don't know anyone from the UK, but I'm going to talk a little bit about hashtags and how you can connect with people from UK. And I'm telling you, you probably will see some of these crazy Europeans with accents on our top 10 line or elite list next year. So we might as well get them. Then there's going to be the teambeachbody.com. I'm going to go over that a little bit. There's going to be one in UK, one in Spanish, or I'm sorry, that's basically the new coach office. So that's what I meant. And they're going to have it in 2 different languages. November is Double Time, created by Tony Horton. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And then you'll see at the bottom here, they're just releasing the new coach office for like these other countries. And then that's about it, guys. So every single month, there's something going on, every single quarter that's going on. So it's a great time to be with this company. It's a great time to get yourself immersed in all the exciting things happening, because we have so much to share. And I don't want that to overwhelm you. I just want you to take it one step at a time and know that the excitement that you bring will be perceived by the people following you, including your family and friends, right? So first things first, Clean Week. This was created by Megan. Why can I not think of her last name? Is it Gaines? What is it? What is it? Davies. Why couldn't I remember? I was going to say Gaines for some reason. That's Joanna, actually. Wow. I'm a little tired today, guys. You have to forgive me. So Clean Week is coming out in September. There is an FAQ out about it now, and it's basically just something free that's going to be given to you. We can lure, I don't want to say lure, but get people introduced to Beachbody On Demand, all right? So there's really like no commitment required. This is designed to be like an easy foot in the door, like it says, for people that don't want to do an entire program and, you know, they're too scared to commit to 60 days or 30 days. I think a lot of us are even like, oh, 60-day programs are intimidating, but this is a great way to create this. Now Megan's working on something else behind the scenes. I do know that. But this was her introduction to Beachbody, and what she did, besides the fact that there's Clean Week, and you can look at the questions yourself, but the workouts that are included with this, the recipes, that show actual results too. She's doing a workout every single day that's actually with one of our programs that's in our Beachbody On Demand library. So one day she'll be doing 21 Day Fix Extreme. And she's going to reference that and say, these are the workouts from 21 Day Fix Extreme. So your customers have exposure to workouts that are already in Beachbody On Demand, and they can kind of pick their favorite, or they can pick out what they don't like or what they do like, which I thought was really cool. A nice touch to it. So this is something that's going to take a lot of ease off of us, guys. There is a way they don't have to get Shakeology. But if they want that, it's, they can supply the 7-day Shakeology, and they basically get a week worth of, their clean eating and all that. So it's exciting. This is one I think that we all really want and need. And I think Lindsay, Megan, Natalie even got pictures with her cardboard cutout. So that's kind of fun too. They have trainers at Summit, and they do cutouts with them, so you can like take goofy pictures with them. And then go ahead and post them on social media. Next is Daily Sunshine. Guys, this is what every freaking parent has been asking for. Not only, I feel like I keep saying that, but it's such a family. When we went there this week, I feel like it was so family oriented. They were really speaking to the masses of the moms out there and the dads who want something like this. So the greatest part about Daily Sunshine is that it's like soy free, gluten free, MSG free, GMO free. It's like it's everything you want, and then it's hiked up on vitamin C, just to name a few things. I know there's an FAQ out there, so check that out when you have a chance. But this does count for Success Club points. It's the same price as Shakeology, and you would get the same discount if you were a discount coach drinking Daily Sunshine. Ava has not tried it yet, but I know a few kids on this call have tried it, and everybody likes it. What's the verdict?
My daughter's obsessed. She asks for the chocolate one every single day. She liked the strawberry banana, but the chocolate's her favorite. And I tasted it, and it tastes like chocolate milk. It is good.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. And I'm going to be honest, when they were promoting it at Summit and they talked about it and the price came up on the screen, I just had this sinking feeling in my gut. Like, who's going to pay, the same price for Shakeology for a kid's shake? But I did a post about this, and I had 8 people say I want information, and everybody that I've talked to, I didn't bring up the price right away, of course, but people were flocked to it, and I've already sold 2 sample packs. And even after I mentioned the price, they're like, awesome, I'm gonna get the sample pack for now, see if my kid likes it. And I mean, it's great. It's everything I've been looking for. So I think I underestimated how much people will put their kids' health even before their own. And so I think that this is going to be easier than I initially thought, because it's easier. People would rather do what's right for their kids than for you to try and convince them to do something that's right for themselves. So, I mean, I feel bad because I went into it skeptical, but I mean, it's been a week, and so far it's huge. Like it's been really, really exciting.
Yay, that's awesome. Do you know what I want to say that Lindsay reminded me of when she was saying this is there is such a need for it. And you guys, the exciting part about being with Beachbody too is that this has been formulated for years. Again, it's similar to what I was talking about with vegan, where they have been trying to concentrate the amount of like vitamin C that's in there, vitamin B, vitamin A, and get it all into one shake that tastes good and that kids approve of. There is nothing like this in the market of fitness and nutrition. Nothing online. We get compared a lot to Vega One and Isogenics and V and all these drinks. We have such a leverage right now. It is sick. It is actually makes me want to pee my pants. That's how excited I am. I needed to hear that from another coach because I was like watching coach reviews all week about how to like give this information to you guys. And that was one thing that stuck out to me. That's really true. There's nothing else out there like this.
So I think for a while, I just started giving Nolan like regular cow's milk, and a lot of it's kind of like peer related at daycare. But anyway, he ran out of it, and I was like, today I'm like, you know what? Don't worry about it. He doesn't have it. And I'm like, I'm just gonna give him Daily Sunshine for his, and he's only 2, but he's asking for it every morning. I want Daily Sunshine.
That is so cute.
I gave him half today though, because I wanted to like it to last. But I tried it too. It was pretty good. Chocolate.
And also, guys, it's one of those things that if it counts as 90 PV. So if you have too much Shakeology or you need to get something else, this is a perfect thing to get. You can do auto ship, or you can just get it one time and do samples, or however you want to do it. I just want to make sure you guys know it counts as the same amount of PV that Shakeology does.
But it can't be swapped out for a challenge pack.
Well, no, it will be included in the challenge pack when Double Time comes out.
Because they still have the kids channel on it.
I know, but it just hasn't been released that way yet. I think it's just available for purchase right now.
So it was said that it will be released as a challenge pack with Double Time.
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't remember them saying that at Summit.
Yeah.
But I remember we were asking about that because we thought that would be a perfect pairing, but Carl never said it.
I watched it on 2 separate calls, so I don't know if we like missed it, but 2 top coaches said it. Okay. I mean, we can double check because I don't want to tell you guys and then it be wrong, but.
I mean, but it makes sense. Like, why wouldn't they do that?
Right. Totally.
Do you know if they would give you the option to like every other month swap out between Shakeology and Daily Sunshine?
I don't know.
You just have to manually do it? Because I'm thinking that might be what I end up doing.
Natalie, I think you just got to call Carl.
Yeah. Maybe it says it in FAQs.
I'll have a reason.
I love it. I'm excited. I know that the price seems high, guys, but if you're thinking that right now, think about the things that you would buy your kid for $3.90 a day. You would buy them anything. You just would, because they're your kids. So if you don't have kids on this call, just know that that's how our brains work. Seriously. So speaking of the coming challenge pack, gosh, I hope that's right. And I don't want to freak anybody out in case it's wrong. But Double Time is a new program that this one actually kind of really excites me. Like, it took me a minute to get on board with this one because I love Tony Horton. I do. And sometimes I find him really cheesy, and this representation of him is totally off the wall, different than what he's known for. He's known for these hardcore workouts, and it's not to say this is not, but the breakthrough in this program is simple. Every other program that's out there, you guys, is just you staring at a TV. There's kids programs that, where they do stuff with them. There's parent kids programs where they can do it like side by side. This is the first one that's interactive. So this is the first program that Beachbody has ever created that requires you to grab a buddy and go work out. So whether that be you and your husband, daughter, son, mother, son, father, daughter, mother, daughter, it is designed as a family thing. Again, tying family into this business as a strategy from a company. This is fucking brilliant because you're doing workouts with someone else that you're going to have fun. It's not going to feel like you're working out. So they did a couple like moves for us. Like they were hilarious. And like Carl Deichler and him were like, you know, doing little workouts together, and the video is really cool. So check out the FAQ. Even this video, I'll see if I can get the YouTube links like in the comment section for you guys just to check it out, but you can probably Google it too and just look at it together. I might have posted just a little bit of this one, but it's designed for families, and this is going to be an awesome segue into, you know, a challenge pack in general, because I think Shakeology will go awesome with this as well. Team up, get fit, have a ball. How cute is that? Okay, so this is kind of like a closet. I wasn't going to talk about the UK launch on this call, but I think it's important because I'm not one of those coaches that's ever going to ignore something that's in the back office and that's something that's big and bold and whatever. Like, I will be honest, this UK launch intimidated me a little bit too. So did the Canadian one. Until I actually met Canadian coaches in our upline, I was like, didn't really focus on that. And I think that's a really bad miss on my part as a business owner, because you guys, this is setting a tone for Beachbody that is pretty amazing. If you think about it, it is our platform to be going global. If Beachbody went global and we walked around with that title, just saying like my company's gone global, that's a huge deal. And that's not to say, that's not like, oh, Beachbody's oversaturated, or you should be intimidated by that. Like, you can have friends like we do now in different countries, which would be freaking amazing. So, hold on one second. Poor baby. I hear her. She's sad. So I don't know how much you've looked into the actual like launch or FAQs about the UK, but this is going to be such like a big thing. Now, here's what I'm going to do strategy wise, because this is the only thing I really know how to do to connect with people with other countries. Yes, I'm married a European, but that doesn't mean I have a bunch of friends. So I actually started researching, looking up hashtags. So we can start leveraging now. It doesn't release till October, but if you use Instagram at all, which I've been focusing on really big this year myself, just dropping lines like United Kingdom or even clicking on the hashtag itself and following people from the UK to see what they hashtag and whatever, that's a way to connect with people. If you're really going out on a limb and you want to connect with people, I think it's really cool. I think it would be awesome for you to bring on the first UK person to our team. Like that pretty much blows my mind. So just don't let it go by the wayside. Announce it on social media, because people, I noticed in my post, people were really thought that was really interesting. They thought it was really cool. And you never know, somebody could have a friend of a friend who's American, but now lives in the UK and might want an opportunity. Okay. So I just wanted to bring that one up. All right. Beachbody On Demand, now available on Android. This is a huge deal, guys. This is another thing I put in this deck because you probably knew about it already, because I probably posted it, but it's something that has been missing for a while. I have an Android and I didn't get irritated, but I used to use Mike's phone just to play my workout sometimes if I didn't have my laptop. And so now that it's Android, I think this is important because I like iPhones. I don't love them. I'm an Android person. So coming from your coach who's an Android person, which is, I don't know, maybe I'm weird, this made me super happy. So you can announce this in a way because you're probably going to have certain Android people. And it's now available to, it eliminates excuses is my other point. It eliminates any excuse for people, because I think a lot of people used to say, well, I have an Android. Now you can play Beachbody On Demand on any single device available. Kindles. You can do freaking your anything, Apple TV, your Fire Stick, whatever. So it just eliminates excuses. So I encourage you guys to share that, share with your teams, share with your challengers and your challenge groups. Let them know. All right, guys, we're getting a new coach online office. Jamie, Natalie, and and Lindsay and I were like peeing our pants for this one. This was awesome. I know that we've gotten a ton of feedback in the past. I mean, even for me as a new coach, I'm not one to like really complain about stuff. I always just navigate my way through things. But I remember even me being like, this is really confusing. So our questions have been answered. And I will be honest, Beachbody has put into, from what I hear, like millions of dollars into finding the right team to make this a breeze for us. So again, like when they talk about customer loyalty, I hope you guys understand that like what they do behind the scenes for us is amazing. I mean, I've worked for other manufacturing companies and they don't go to the extent that Team Beachbody does. So the cool part about the new coach on the office, the format, you guys, I mean, anybody on this call can share with me. It looks similar to what Beachbody On Demand does. Like it looks very clean cut. The challenge packs are going to be better visible. You know, the information, it's going to be mobile as well as on your computer. They're both going to be very easy to navigate. They gave us like a sneak peek and it just looked really, really nice. I'm sure there'll be glitches, so I wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. But like they just did an update for Beachbody On Demand and all of a sudden I was locked out of Shift Shop the other day. That stuff happens. So sometimes it's best when this program comes out before, so we can eliminate confusion. Sometimes it's best to clear your browsing data when they're going through updates and stuff like that, just coming from a technology standpoint, and let things go. But I don't know, does anyone, I know I didn't cover a lot, but anybody else excited about the new coach online office like that or mention?
And I remember they were talking about that it'll look, so if you go on demand right now, all of like the programs are like listed with the trainer and the picture and everything. And that's kind of how it's going to look. And then as you go in, you can build your challenge pack from there. So you don't have to like find everything all on, like once you go into the one program, it's all going to be there for you to find. Like you don't have to go through that list with all that other stuff, and you could click on it and it'll give you all the information. And then I remember it said there's related links. So it says like, if you like this, you might also like, you know, like Energize, or just so that they can build and like see what other people are purchasing with that.
And it also lets us as, if you already, I don't know if you already said this, but that the coaches, we can like set up everything for them and then send it to them and then they can just click purchase.
Yes.
That's the best part.
Which is what we were doing in, the coach mobile office, but it was just not user friendly.
It wasn't like multiple things at one time.
Yes. You couldn't do like Energize and then Fixate cookbook and then a challenge pack together, you know? And that makes it really easy. So when I thought about this, I thought from a business standpoint, like what Beachbody is trying to do is create that ease of a customer feel like Amazon, you guys. Like literally, that's how they think. They want to make things easy. Like how many of us go to Amazon, you click, you get in, you get out, your shit shows up in the door the next day. Like that's the type of culture they're trying to create, which is really cool. And I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to see it when it comes out. So I just want to make sure you guys know about this. If you want to drop a post about it, you want to tell your customers, give them this side of innovation within Beachbody, because it's also going to attract people that are like in the corporate world or people that are mundane with their jobs and they don't get this type of innovation. You know, our job as coaches is to show what Beachbody does and how much time and creativity and how much they hear us. You can even post it like that. Like, hey guys, you know, they're listening to us. I just want to let you know that there's going to be a new ordering process system and it's going to be awesome. Us as coaches are really excited. As simple as that, you know? Okay. Super awesome stuff. This is something that I hope will motivate you guys. I know I'm happy as shit to hear about it. And I apologize if there's anyone new on the call and I'm dropping all these bombs. Sorry. But there is a really cool thing that Beachbody does. And I know that I didn't know about it until I hit Diamond because it just didn't really pertain to me. But Star Diamonds, meaning like, I know a lot of people ask me what Star Diamond means. So basically, picture Lindsay Gray, who's in our upline. Most of you recognize her name. Lindsay is a 3-star diamond. She might be 2 right now. And what that means is not that she's like hit all these certain levels and she's, you know, whatever. It basically means that on her team of personally sponsored coaches, the people that signed up under her, she has 2 diamonds. people that rank advanced to diamond. So that's kind of how it works. Now, the cool part that Beachbody did, we know that they created a bonus structure for us helping people. So they give us commission, and then as you rank advanced, you get bonuses through volume. But what they also do is when you hit star diamond bonus, every single star diamond. So what they do is all the earnings that the 1-star diamonds have in the entire company, they take all of those earnings, you guys, and they put it in a pot and they split it evenly between all of the star diamonds, and they get that money quarterly. Okay. That's a lot of freaking money. Now, it's as a diamond, you didn't really get that. And what they decided to do is, because there's a lot of people that have been stuck at diamond, me forever, which is my own doing, but they're putting a bonus structure in place for just diamonds. The requirement is basically being diamond for 6 weeks at length every single quarter. So you can't just hit diamond and then you're like, oh, and then you lose your rank. Because if you've ever hit emerald, or as a coach, what you need to know is that your first goal should always be to hit emerald. Sign up your spouse, get another discount coach, hit emerald, and maintain it. But sometimes as an emerald, even you lose your rank. It's the same thing with diamond. So they want you to hit it for 6 weeks, and then you get a nice big bonus, and you can earn up to $500 a quarter. I don't know about you guys, but that's $2,000 a year. And I would love to have that. So if it's an incentive to you to get that extra $2,000 a year or $1,000 a year, then it's going to encourage you to teach people how to hit your rank emerald, or to teach people, because all you're doing, guys, when you get to diamond, I think it's very intimidating from a distance, but what you need to know is that hitting diamond is basically just hitting emerald, and then teaching your coaches under you to do that and do it over again and do it over again and do it over again, and keep signing up coaches. I know I make it sound easy, but once you get out of your own way and don't look at it as any more complicated than that, this money is as easy as good in your pocket, okay? So there is an FAQ on it. If this made no sense to you, I apologize. I know it can be confusing, especially as a new coach, but it's an awesome opportunity.
Carly, do you know if they're going to continue that next year, or is that just for the next 2 quarters, or do you know if they're planning on to continue that indefinitely?
I think it's indefinitely, right?
Because just at Summit, they only mentioned those 2 quarters. They said for the 3rd and 4th quarter this year, this is what we're doing. But I haven't looked at the FAQ, so I wasn't sure if it was going to be a new policy or just a kind of like end of year incentive.
Yeah, I thought it sounded more like an end of the year incentive to me, but I think they were just trying to get that push in, but I guess you never know.
I'm going to ask. I think that's a good question. It might even say that in the FAQ. So if you guys are on your computer and you want to check it out, I wonder. And that's the thing is that's a good question, but I don't want you guys to be discouraged if it is only 1 year thing, because it's very possible to hit diamond where you're at right now within 30 days, within 60 days, which is you still have the rest of the year to get this. And I mean, it's just one of those things and they give us so many tools to do this. I just shared with you a bunch of shit that could easily attract any person who's not happy in their job, or a stay-at-home mom who wants to do something more with their life and give back to people. So this is a great segue, because another thing that's coming up, and I'll actually let the other coaches on the team talk about if they want to do 1 sentence, guys. So I'll give you some time to prepare what you feel about Coach Summit or share whatever. But my point is about what we just talked about, the diamond bonus, is Team Cup. And if you've never been on a Team Cup team, I just encourage you to really do that. You probably heard me talking my face off about it, but it's really cool because it's just a chance to team up with other coaches and work together and grow your business. And then you can earn prizes like Lindsay was mentioning. So, you get 1 point for every single Success Club point earned, and then you get 3 points for every rank advancement. So my point is, not only did we just hear about the incentive for diamonds, but if you were to hit, say, diamond in the month of August, that gives you an extra chance for you and your team to win another prize. Holy crap. Okay, what company literally tells you, gives you this much incentivized to just freaking invite people to what we do. And I know that sounds really simple, but it kind of is. And I just sit back sometimes and I feel lucky knowing that they just want us to do our job, and they're willing to like literally give us free shit for just doing what we're doing. So one thing that I thought was kind of cool, coaches who participate in the team cup earn 10 times more than those who do not. And that's overall per year. So like there's, there's one every quarter. You can imagine, because you're pushing harder and you don't want to disappoint your team, that you are earning more money. So don't ignore that February thing. This is it's basically for August. There's a February sign right there, but just ignore it. I just wanted you to see the layout. And then Lindsay mentioned the prizes. So I included those on this page, and basically it says for Success Club 5. So if you were to hit Success Club 5 and you said to yourself, that's all you want to hit, which I think you should go higher than that. I'm just kidding. If you can, make your goal higher, because if you fall short, you're automatically going to get something. But you're going to get this daily sunshine picnic blanket, which is really cute. And it kind of like folds up, it looks like. And then if all 5, this is only for qualifying for 5. If your whole team qualifies for 5, you get a women's sweatshirt. Like, look at how freaking cute that is. And then the top 10 prize, meaning like anybody that's the top 10 in the entire company who gets the most Success Club points, you get a bike, like beach cruisers. Not that we all live on the beach, but I mean, I'd put that thing to use, And then I don't know that people really hear this very often, but a chance to get into headquarters is like something I've always dreamed of. That might sound pretty nerdy. I wanted to reach Premier last year and I missed it by like a little bit, but you get an all expenses paid trip to Los Angeles to go take a tour, and you get a trophy if you hit the most Success Club points. So, dream big, people. I mean, you never know. All the stuff we just shared, there's a chance you could be the winner. If the stars align, think about Los Angeles, even when you're sending out those invites. Like, what if you could be that person? I believe in yourself a little bit. Okay. So I just put the post-summit surge in here to remind you guys that it happened. Really exciting stuff on there. How many people on the call? I can't see everybody. Listen to the surge. I know some people did the wake up call. Anybody listen to the surge? You guys like it? That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, I liked the special announcement he made about hashtagging our. Did you listen to it, Carly?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you tell him, but the awesome thing about if you take a picture of your completed workouts and shakes and all that.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can tell him. I basically was just going to say, because I don't want to take up too much time, and I want to like listen to it, because you're going to learn a lot about Chris Downing. You're going to learn a lot about what Lindsay just said. The markers, if you're using the agility markers, I thought he brought up such cool tips about like writing things on them, and that the blue one's like your home base, and I really liked it. And then Kim, we were stalking her at Coach Summit. Like Kim, she's amazing. She's from Canada. There's really cool coaches on there and stuff. So I encourage you guys to listen to it. And then we actually saw Jessica speak live at Summit, and she did a training for us, and she's the one that's in Sean T's Sean Week. She's like one of the people in the background. Not that that matters, but it's kind of cool when you like get to see these people in real life and know that they're just relatable people like us, and that one day the CEO could call them and be like, hey, do you want to get on a call with like 30,000 people or more? And they do it. It's pretty awesome. But I was going to ask anybody on the call who's been to Coach Summit, like, what did you think of it? Who wants to go first? You guys don't want to go? You didn't like it?
I'll go.
You guys didn't like it?
I thought it was awesome. And Carly was mentioning before, like, it's so crazy that you build this business without ever meeting anybody, and then you meet them in person and you feel like you've known them your whole life. Like, it was just such a crazy experience. I remember my sister was like joking with me, like, oh, they didn't catfish you. I'm like, what? I didn't even know what that meant at first. but they're just like, I feel like I've known them my whole life. But it was just so cool to see and be a part of all of this live stuff. Like when I left, I just had this like new like fire under me. Like before that, I hadn't done a lot in a while, and I don't know why. I don't know if it was just like my mindset or what, but just listening to everybody and the speakers and the keynote speakers and just everyone's success story. Like I literally cried every day, and
every hour.
Legit, everybody would come up there and they'd look over at me. I'm like, it's happening again. Like, I don't even know. It was just such an awesome experience. I took notes on everything. And even some of it, I'm like, gosh, I already know this or feel like I know it. And I wrote it down anyway because I'm going to want the reminder of it, or I'm going to need to like look back at it or like remind somebody else. And I just feel like it took a lot away, especially Shalene's, when Shalene was talking, she was talking about how just social networking, like it's changed so much in the past year, and the way that people have been presenting their business in the past isn't working anymore. And like things that you need to do just to switch yourself, just like to switch your mindset and switch your business. Like that was really cool. And I feel like I've already benefited a little bit from just switching over to her curiosity marketing rather than like, oh my God, do you like my Shakeology? You know, so it was like, and okay, here's another big like aha that we had. So my husband was kind of like, when I first started, not even as a coach, he was kind of like, really like, what are you buying organic coconut oil for? Like, are you going to keep eating that? I'm like, Jake, just like, hear me out on this. Like, we're trying it, whatever. So fast forward a little bit, you know, I saw success. I was happier. He was happier. He kind of jumped on board. I'm like, I'm going to coach. Actually, I remember this one time I was watching one of Lindsay's live like webinar thingies that she pre-recorded. He's like, what are you listening to? I'm like, shut up. I'm like, just leave me alone. It was like an hour and a half, and I'm sitting there like, we're like doing our floor in our kitchen, and he's like, can you help me? I'm like, I'm busy. So eventually he's like, whatever you want to do. And he didn't really jump on board. And then he went with us, and he didn't go to like all of the live things, but on the way home, he was talking about like how he can create a team and how he can get into it more. And like, I'm like, okay, we're having this meal plan. Like he comes home for lunch. He's like, what's on my meal plan for lunch today? And I'm like, it's this. He's like, okay, I'll eat it. Like, it was just a total shift in his point of view of the company. And like that to me was like the biggest like aha of the whole thing, because it was something like I've loved and I've been in, but seeing like him buy into it was cool. So, and he's not easy to please. So
no, he's not. And him and my husband, who's a little bit like hers, not to cut Jamie up, but they were actually talking about doing a challenge group together, and we were just like,
we were saying that
what
like
in the actual is going? It literally gets, yes, it makes sense. It was crazy, but that's awesome, Jamie. Good takeaways. I love it.
So, sorry it was long and I'm a rambler, but that's okay.
You did good.
I love your rambles.
I'll add that I've been to a lot of conferences for work and like for like healthcare administration, and they cost upwards of like $1,000 a week just to attend. And the fact that this conference was like, I think I paid $200 or $195 to go. And for the quality and the value of it, it was just like, I don't know. I was very impressed with it. And yeah, I guess that's really all I have to say. Like for comparing it to what I've been to before, for, like my full-time job where, it's kind of just like easy. You get that paycheck all day, like definitely going again next year. So, yeah.
That's awesome. That's good perspective too.
How it was organized and set up, and yeah.
I like it.
Besides everything, Jamie already said everything. So.
Love it.
I liked that it was the first time I really was around the Beachbody culture. I mean, we have our team calls. We have, you know, you get on the Beachbody website, you do the programs and stuff. But it was the first time I actually felt like I was a part of something, if that even makes sense. Like before I went, I was just kind of like, I mean, I still feel like I'm grasping at straws, but it was kind of just like trying to like bits and pieces and make everything, you know, understand everything. But it really just put everything, it kind of like circled everything around it. And it's like, this is what we're doing. This is why we're doing it. This is like the possibilities in this business are endless. Like just seeing some of the top 10 coaches and like following them and just seeing them in real life, I'm like, you're no different than me. You've been doing it for a couple of years and you bust your ass. But otherwise, I mean, you're me in 5 years. Like that's crazy. And so that was really encouraging. But like, I thought that I might, and I was a little nervous because I'm like, I'm going to be surrounded by 30,000 other coaches. And it was funny because it really was like the yoga pants convention. Like everybody was, you know, walking around like yoga pants took over New Orleans. And it was so funny. But I remember at one point walking around going, you know, do I have anybody to market to when all the other 30,000 coaches are a stay-at-home mom around my age? Like I felt like I was worried that I was going to feel like, why am I doing this? Like when everybody else has all of this going for them, but I didn't feel like that. Like coming home, I was just like, you know what? We all have our own stories to tell. And that's really what I like about it. And people are not going to be attracted to you because of your product. They're going to be attracted to you because of you. And so I really liked the workshop that kind of taught us how to be a little bit more ourselves on social media and stuff, and really just attract people to you. And my biggest takeaway from Summit was, I think it was Carl Deichler that said it. He said, your job as a coach starts after the sale. And that more than anything hit home to me the whole weekend, because I was like, that's so true. Because anybody that sold a couple challenge packs or has a couple coaches, like if you don't follow up and if you don't then completely embrace them, it could be a one-time thing. You know what I mean? Like you want these people to stick around. You want them to tell you their friends. You want them to like build a family with them. And that's why we're doing it. We're not doing it just to sell a challenge pack. So I think that was my biggest takeaway was, you know, our job starts after the sale. But if you guys can go next year, buy your freaking ticket, because let me tell you, just being in the Beachbody atmosphere completely changed everything for me. Like I get so excited to work now. I get so excited to connect with people, and it just kind of feels like it was like something bigger than our little team, and it was really cool.
Yeah, and I one of my other favorites other than the Shalene was the willpower versus why power. And I know that Natalie, you mentioned it in your Coach of the Week videos, but like I feel like after thinking about that and probably crying about it too, I just like I stopped, like I posted stuff that I'm like, I probably wouldn't have ever posted this before, but I don't care. I don't care what these people think about me. I don't care if they don't like what I'm saying. I don't care if they've seen enough of my face or my stupid comments or posts or whatever, because being around that environment, I'm like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. Like this is your why. I mean, so that was other cool part, is the will versus the why.
You're so right, Jamie. And I feel like in the past, I'll make like 1 or 2, maybe 3 posts a week, because like at least about fitness or food or something, because I'm like, I don't want to annoy people. I don't want to come across as too strong. But in reality, when people are on Facebook, you're one of 500 people whose posts they see. And so if you only post 3 times a week, they might not catch 2 of those, and they might just scroll by 1 of them. And so we need to be present. We need to be out there. We need to be sharing our story and everything. And it made me less afraid to do that.
Awesome. Love it. I guess what I would say to people that have never been to Summit, you're probably so sick of hearing it right now, and I don't want you to feel that way, but I remember being so nervous and not knowing what to expect, because I think I had that like weird little girl feeling, you know, when like you're going somewhere and like you don't know what to wear and you don't know what it's going to be like, and you're like I can tell you right now, there are so many shapes, sizes of people. It's not all girls. There's size 6 running around in Beachbodies. There's older women, there's younger women. there's Black women, there's white women, there's Hispanic women, there's a lot of men. And the big thing that really rung out to me is you hear recognition a lot. I've never seen a recognition ceremony like this. And they do this thing called like the Millionaire Club. And what we noticed is they announce all the millionaires and these people walk on stage. It's just like, oh, like, holy shit. And a lot of them were guys. And so when Jamie brings up the fact of like, well, you know, my husband, like, I think guys start to, you know, they get like fizzled out. But it's interesting. It's just one of those things where I encourage you guys to go. What I want to say is that the ticket prices are going to go up from $145 to $175. So if you haven't ordered them yet, it's not going to hurt you just to order it. Put it on a credit card. Ask someone to borrow money. I'm serious. I'm dead serious asking. If you don't have the money right now, ask someone to borrow it. I don't care if you ask me. I'll give it to you, but you have to pay me back. That's how much I want people to go. Now, I'd probably get in trouble. I should not say that, but whatever. My point is, you'll love it. So thank you,
Carly.
For sharing. What?
Carly, can I just add, like, I think, so on my way to Summit, I read the GoPro book, and there was a section in there talking about the value of the in-person events with your company, whatever that would be. And that kind of like just gave me the chills beforehand, but it made me think back that I was very scared to go to the coach camp because I went by myself. I didn't know anyone that was going to be there. I met Colleen there, which was great. And then that gave me the courage then to go to Super Saturday. So like Coach Summit, yeah, I mean, that's a year from now, but we have Super Saturday coming up in September. I would love to see everybody who lives in Illinois, and Lindsay can come too, come. Because like I was super pumped to then like get the team together again and let's do this.
I'm so jealous.
So
no, don't be, because you can still go to yours and meet people.
Yeah,
so
you can get to go see.
I've already marked it on my calendar. I'll be at the one in Virginia Beach if anybody wants to come.
That's awesome. I would rather go there. It's probably
I just want to put a plug for that. Just whatever we can do in person. I think that just kind of helps you not feel like.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I just got invited to a Chris Downing event on Saturday in DC if anybody wants to come.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's not a Super Saturday, but it's like a bonus post-summit in-person surge. I was like, oh, I want to go.
It's awesome.
I'm going to watch my kids.
I wish. I would.
Cool.
I can't really leave my baby anywhere anymore. No, I'm kidding. I can, but I feel guilty. So, guys, you heard a lot. There's a lot happening right now. You heard enough about Summit to the point of like, you know, it's in Indy, so a lot of us could drive. That's kind of the cool part. We don't have to pay for flights unless we want to, which will probably be pretty affordable if we get ahead of it early. But I do want to know what you guys think of staying in a house. We stayed in a house and it was awesome. Versus like staying in a hotel if you don't want to. So anytime, and if you bought a ticket, just shoot me a message, and then that way I can gauge, because I don't mind doing what I did again. For people that are interested, but if you're not, I'm not going to be offended at all by any means. So my point is, I want to get through the end of this and talk a little bit about momentum. And they did speak a little bit about this at Summit, but there's a lot of happening right now. There's a lot of information. Don't get overwhelmed. What you need to remember is to stick to the basics. Sticking to the basics is going to put you back to square one at the vitals, okay? Because there's a lot going on, but you can take little bits and pieces of all the stuff that we learned and kind of like get it all out on a piece of paper, all right? Piece of paper. So take out a piece of paper and write all the shit down, all the big nuggets, because you don't have to remember every single detail. In fact, you're not going to. If you are, you're a super freak and you probably shouldn't be on this call right now. You should be in some museum making money doing that. But write it all down and then try to create a plan of action for the next few months, because real business owners don't just plan a week before and say, oh, I'm going to throw together a clean eating group. You know, try to get your mind frame in that momentum. And what I mean by momentum is your first goal should be, if you're at Coach Summit or you want to be at Coach Summit, one thing that I know I wish I had was seats on the freaking floor. Like I was like, if I could just be closer to that stage, or if I could just be recognized on that stage, or if I could have gone to that Success Club party, or if something happened, you have a goal, bottle it up, and hold on to it. And where that momentum starts is by hitting Success Club. It starts this month. You can do it by the end of the month. Hit Success Club this month, hit Success Club next month. When you hit Success Club, not only are you reaching goals for yourself, but make them non-negotiable. But you're earning money towards possible trip to Punta Cana. I didn't even bring that up, but like Natalie mentioned all these Super Saturdays and stuff. There's a trip. It's called the Success Club trip. Right now, I've just been hitting Success Club on a regular basis. I already have $800 to spend on my Success Club trip. Okay, guys, Success Club is not just for the birds and it's like this thing. It's what gets you to elite. It's what gets you to diamond. It's what gets you to emerald. It's what gets you advantages within the company, and it's not hard to do. We have everything in a silver package, just you getting over that fear. So momentum is a physics term. It refers to the quantity of motion that an object has. A sports team that is on the move has the momentum. If an object is in motion or on the move, then it has momentum. Objects at rest do not have momentum. So it starts with little daily actions that turn into big results. Now, I was talking to Lindsay Gray today, and she gave me a huge nugget of advice. She asked me how I was doing. You guys know I'm in a huge transition in my life, and I'm not going to go into detail about that, but I find that one thing I still struggle with to this day is time. Or like I admittedly told her, I'm like, I'll start a project, and then I'm like, shit, I didn't do my invites, but I did my power hour. So then I don't know if I'm going to be able to work later, and I feel bad blowing up people's inbox when I'm laying in bed at like 11:30 or 12 at night, because sometimes they're not in the same time zone. And Lindsay Gray gave me a great piece of advice that I seem to get away from. And she focuses on 3 things a day. So the night before she works, she focuses on the 3 things that she's going to do. For example, she did all of her follow-ups, all of, setting up her new group, adding all the people to it, and then adding to her network. Or the last thing could be like getting information out to the new customers about that 10% change, or sending out an email about daily something. So focus on 3 things that are going to move your business forward every day, and then you won't feel like such a failure if you don't do your workout, or you don't, you miss one of those vitals. Not that I'm saying don't, like, because I just said go back to square one if you do anything in a day, but if you have other responsibilities that you're going to do and you have a time crunch, stick to those 3 things, and then you'll be like, oh, I did it, and you move your business forward. That's an awesome piece of advice, especially for new moms, because moms who have babies are like, beep, 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 change diapers, and you get really frustrated because you don't sometimes have the time. So break it down for yourself, but push yourself, guys. It's kind of like how Chris Downing is in this program, like try before you modify. So try for those vital behaviors, but if you fall short, have like a little backup plan. Does that make sense? Okay. And all those daily actions are going to get you where you want to be, and they're going to keep you in motion. When you stop, you have a hard time coming back. So I encourage you never to stop. Even if maybe you take a day off, like once a month to recharge or something, but don't stop so hard that you have to get the confidence back, to get that momentum back, because it just makes things difficult. Okay. So, the action before is basically whatever. And then not whatever, I shouldn't say it like that, but the momentum is going to equal the action before plus summit plus, and then eliminate any of the negative energy, and then create a game plan for yourself. So even if that means the night before you do an action plan, you write everything down on a piece of paper and you plan out those months, you start free clean eating groups. I know another thing that I wanted to let you guys know on this call, because not everyone's in our group, for Team Cup, we've been strategizing, our team has. And if you're not in a team, let me know. I'll find a place for you or help you find a place. But we were talking about clean eating groups and how they're such a big part of your business, because you're attracting people in without any ties and anything obligated of them as far as financial. And we came up with this idea, like, they were like Jackie said, I'm so sick of doing free clean eating groups. Like, no one's interested, because they're like, I don't give a shit. Like, no, I like cheeseburgers. So do something that pertains to you. I literally said in the message, and then it went haywire. And not that I have better ideas than anybody else, but what do I like? Target, tacos, and then you tie in something like tricep dips. And make a group about that, but make it around clean eating, but you get them in the door by attracting what you like, and those are your people, and that's your brand. Because you're branding yourself. All of a sudden, people are going to be like, oh, shit, Carly likes tacos and Target too, so do I. And then they're like interested in what you're doing and how you're doing it. And they know that you're being authentic to yourself. You know that they know that you're not in it just to get a freaking paycheck. You're in it because you care about this opportunity and you want to help them in, okay? So it's a platform for you. So I encourage you guys to do that, especially in the month of Team Cup. Plan at least 1, 2, whatever, and focus on those challenge packs. But if you need a way to break the ice and gain your confidence back, do something that excites you, really. Okay? I think that's all I had. I think that's my last slide. Does anyone have any like questions or comments or anything? Sorry, we went a little long.
Can I really quick introduce one of my coaches? She jumped on like from the beginning. So Jenna, she is a new mommy to Brooklyn. She's super sweet. She lives kind of close to me. I actually met her through my brother-in-law, and we became quick friends. And she's just super sweet. So she's kind of new to a lot of it and jumping in, but she's awesome. So I know she's going to do amazing things, but I just wanted to introduce her. So.
Yay. Hi, Jenna. Your baby's beautiful. So glad to have you. You have an awesome coach, so you're in good hands, but we're excited to have you. We know it can be overwhelming, so if you need anything, and I know this was a lot of information, don't be scared. I promise it'll all click one day. So, and hang in there, girl. Focus on a few things every day, but we all know how that is. So welcome. Awesome. Thanks, James.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else have anything? No? Okay, let you guys go. Sorry it's late. Love you all. Take a deep breath. Take it in. Be the people. I'm so excited about our team right now because I feel like July is the hardest month. This is the last thing I'll say. And I'm just really proud of all of you that like are sticking with it, because summer is a really tough time of year to get people to like commit to something, but it gets better. August and September and October are like the ball starts rolling again. So don't wait. Don't wait till August 1st to plan it. Start now and get that momentum going, guys. And I believe in all of you. Otherwise, I know you wouldn't be here. But don't forget to believe in yourself, and let me know if you need anything, as always. And I love you guys. So thanks for being here. Talk to you later.
Carly, I have a question.
Oh, yes. Hi, Rachel.
I was looking through my note because I wrote it down because I knew I would forget and I couldn't find it.
What happened? You know?
For the Shift Shop My Challenge tracker, is there like a team one or is it like a total Beachbody one? I was in there the other day and I couldn't find anything.
I have a team one. Did I not add you?
Mm-mm.
Oh, what a jerk I am. Well, I'll add you. I thought I did.
Well, you know,
you might not have had going. Maybe I just didn't. We have a team one. I don't know that there's a specific like Team Beachbody one that everybody can add to. I think it's just being promoted that way.
okay.
Chris Downing is doing live videos in the Team Beachbody 411 group, as far as I know. Is that what you guys heard on Surge too, right? It's like keep us motivated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not going to be open to the public. I mean, maybe they'll give us like a link for it and we can post it in our groups too. Can't remember right now, but as far as I know, it's just like, and Carl's doing it with us. So he's going to be posting in our group, but Rachel, I'll add you tonight. Okay.
Okay. I might have clicked no. I don't know.
Thanks a lot.
I'm
just joking. Okay, cool.
My brain.
I will make sure you're added. If you guys think of anybody, I tried to make all coaches, like Jen, make sure I did it for you too. All coaches, like admins, so you guys can add your people. And I'm putting this to the ground, like tonight, tomorrow, Sunday. I'm going to try to do a call. I have to get back to everybody. I'm probably just going to do one on Saturday morning because that seems to be the best. I don't know that everybody is answered, but just doing a Zoom call with them. But Lindsay, I'll reach out to you or whoever else wants to get on the call, and we're trying something new with challengers, getting them on a call, talking about stuff, getting them really involved and kind of like exposed to our culture. So we think it's going to go well. I don't know what we're talking about yet, but we'll figure it out.
I'm gonna do a
Can I just say one of the other times I would have asked Jake to come in and be like, no, I'm not coming. But look, he willingly came to say hi.
Hi, Jake. Where's
What up, Jake?
Hey, Jake.
How are you? Welcome to the call. We're just ending.
Yeah, I need to shower. I'm sweaty.
Did you like Coach Summit? Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was fun.
We had a good time. We did.
Working out on the dirty streets of New Orleans.
It was the hottest day. Thank God we're like a little farther north next year. Holy crap. So hot. We didn't die though.
No, we were thriving. Let me just say.
Thriving. We were. Okay, guys.
Thriving AF.
AF. Yes.
Oh, can I add something?
Yes.
I have a free group that I'm starting on Monday. If anyone wants to join and add people, you're welcome to.
Aw.
It's called
Right.
Pesto
Go
and
now.
Pilates.
I saw that. I actually said I was going because
Good.
I'm interested to
But
see.
for anyone else on the call, more than welcome to join.
Thanks, Nat. Yes, absolutely. And if you're a newer coach and you want to just like observe or you want to join a challenge group that you like none of us will ever care to have you jump on board and add your people because I don't know. I know I'm like that. So I don't mean to speak for everybody else, but this team's pretty cool about that stuff. You guys all rock. So thanks, Nat.
Mm-hmm.
Love me some pesto. Okay. All right, guys.
You can make it with broccoli.
Ooh, fancy.
Anyway,
Are you gonna post that?
I'm going to.
Oh,
In my
good.
free group.
Yeah, I'm excited. All right, cool. Okay, guys, for real though, let's go now. Love you all. Get some sleep.
Okay.
Thanks for joining me. Bye.
Here it is.
Oh, there's a chat. Oh my God, I'm paying you tonight. Oh, I didn't even notice. That's so bad that I didn't notice. Goodbye.